Today, I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the breaking news of the hobby, and that is that one collector from Colorado who was 82 years old actually scammed people for more than $800,000 over several years, selling very important basketball cards and sports cards such as the Michael Jordan Fleer 1986. I'm going to be breaking down how you guys can avoid getting scammed, because that could be one of the most heartbreaking things in the hobby if you do end up getting scammed for a fake slab. So we're going to hop right into the video. So essentially, some guy is accused of putting fake cards inside of fake PSA cases. Now, in some instances, I've been told that the cards were in fact authentic, but the slabs were inauthentic. And so essentially what this guy would do at times when stuff got more and more valuable is he would actually spend the money to buy a real Michael Jordan Fleer and go ahead and put it into a fake slab. So these slabs are honestly pretty common, pretty easy to get. And essentially he would have a fake label as well. And that is one of the biggest giveaways. So essentially a lot of these Michael Jordan cards that were faked, some of them were real, some of them were fake, but in all cases the slabs were fake. So essentially no one knows the full story at the moment, but the main thing that I really want to talk about in this video is the precautions that you should take when buying sports cards, because it is a pretty easy thing to fake a slab and a label just because the label's made out of paper. The plastic slab is pretty easy to replicate. And so you really want to be sure when buying especially expensive cards such as a Jordan Fleer PSA 10 that you are not getting, a counterfeit card. And so the first thing that I would definitely do is search up the serial number that you see right here. So this number can be searched up on PSA's website, and in fact on the PSA slabs, if you are at a show or in person, you can scan this QR code right here and it should take you to PSA's website for you to see the card. Now if you type in that serial number and it does not show up on PSA, that is the first red flag that the card is inauthentic, or the slab is inauthentic. The card could still be authentic, but the slab is going to be inauthentic if this number does not pop up on PSA's website. So in many cases, the people who bought cards from this collector right here, if they had just searched that serial number up, chances are a lot of the times they could have been able to catch the counterfeit slab and not purchase the card. Now a few other things about a fake card, because he had also been putting fake cards into fake slabs and selling those. So for the Michael Jordan Fleer in specific, which is in fact one of the most counterfeited cards in the hobby, and that is obviously because it is one of the most valuable cards. You gotta always think, if you're buying valuable cards, if someone's going to fake a card, they're going to do it for, chances are, a very high value. They're not going to fake a $100 slab. That's not really worth it, because it would cost the same as faking a $20,000 slab for the scammer, right? And so if we go ahead into this article right here, we can see there's several very clear ways to tell if a Michael Jordan Fleer is authentic. So the first is going to be the clarity. So you can see this fake nameplate right here on the card is just not as clear as an authentic card. So a lot of the times the fake printers are not able to get the clarity that Fleer's real printers were able to get. So if you can go ahead and see that. Another thing is that under magnification, the thin black line that parallels the yellow border should be solid across the entire card and not pixelated. So you guys can see that right there, that the fake card has a pixelated border line. So there's several different things. I'm not going to go through absolutely everything, but there are if you are buying any Jordan Fleer, this is definitely an article that you should come to just to make sure. And oftentimes, even if the seller is legit, chances are the card could have been exchanged dozens of times. So you definitely want to understand, no matter how much you trust the seller. I'm one who always checks for, authentication, even if I trust the seller, just because you never know, the seller may not know he had a fake card, but he could have bought it from someone who sold it to him. So there's a bunch of different ways that could happen, to where someone could end up with a fake card. The colors are oftentimes off on the fake cards as well. So that's a pretty easy way to tell. So there's definitely even very subtle changes between the fake cards that are printed and the authentic cards. So you definitely want to go ahead and check out different things, such as this Bulls logo right here. You can see in the R, there's in the R symbol, there's going to be slight differences. There's a couple other differences that you guys should know if you are dealing in Michael Jordan rookie cards. This is personally the only card that I've seen really been faked. Over the course of the last couple years I've been in the hobby, I have come across a few fakes out of probably, the 100 Michael Jordan Fleer, 100 plus cards that I've checked out to look to buy. I've definitely spotted a fake or two, so you definitely want to be very careful. Oftentimes, I would say people usually who at least know that they have a fake card, they're usually going to sell it to you online. Chances are on Facebook or Instagram, just because they can hide their identity a lot better than if you're selling it in person or on eBay or a real platform. A lot of the times they could be under a fake name. You always want to do your due diligence with the seller as well, because that guy who did scam for $800,000, he was actually going under a fake name as well. So he would go under fake names and sell these cards. So it's definitely something to really watch out for, especially with trades. So with trades, it can be a little bit easier for scammers to get away because you did not actually pay money for the card. And we see he did this as well by trading these Jordan cards for similar, value Tom Brady cards. So that is an easy way to kind of if you just got to kind of think in the head of a scammer as to what he would do. And this guy is, I would definitely say there's definitely more people in the hobby that are doing this, and we do not quite know of it yet. So I would urge you guys to be as careful as possible, because when buying cards, especially for extremely high prices, or when trading for cards and it's a big trade, you want to do your due diligence always. And for me, the rule of thumb is if I'm getting into a Michael Jordan 86 Fleer, I'm going to do my due diligence, because this is one of the most highly faked cards, if not the most highly faked card in the industry. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video, or not even enjoy this video, but I hope you guys learned something from this video, because this is not an enjoyable video to make. It is very scary to think that in our hobby there are people who are willing to go to these far extremes to scam people on these very valuable cards, and slabs more importantly. So I would definitely stay very careful about slabs. Always look up the serial number, please guys. That's like the main thing you can do to avoid getting scammed, is looking up the serial numbers. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.